An Indiana father was arrested after his toddler son was captured on live television over the weekend waving around a gun as he wandered in his apartment building.
Hey, nieces and nephews, Uncle Jay here. So my purpose is to come before you and to encourage you. And I want us to walk in that dominion, in that power. With everything going on, the pandemic, gas prices rising, divorce rising, bad economy rising. Many are losing their faith, giving up on God, asking the question, where is God? Even you have thought about giving up. You need encouragement. You need motivation. You need to hear a word from God that you can make it, that you're more than a conqueror. When everything is being taken, we give you voice. We help you to stand for what you believe and dare you to be different. Shop jeonline.store, where you find the best in Christian and motivation apparel. I'd like to welcome to Coffee with your Uncle J.E. I'd just like to thank you for taking the time, coming in, having a cup of coffee with your Uncle J.E. Does white privilege exist? Are we making it up? We heard of other stories, black man reach for a wallet and he gets shot. We get pulled over and people get shot. Does white privilege exist? I'll let you guys answer that question. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video.
Tonight on the Black Channel. Tonight's program here, man, I got to, is it just me? We just seeing more white kids? I mean, children. I'm not talking about as a euphemism. I mean, children. And in some cases now, babies, armed to the teeth, running around. Okay. Is it just me? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I feel like we need to have a conversation about this. First story I want to bring you all here tonight, man, look here. On your screen, story from the New York Post. Indiana father arrested after toddler seen waving gun on live TV. Now wait till you hear details, because this is all going to sound incredibly familiar. Something that you usually don't hear about happening in your family. Doesn't usually go like this. It doesn't usually go like this. By David Proper. An Indiana father was arrested after his toddler son was captured on live television over the weekend waving around a gun as he wandered in his apartment building, according to reports. The shocking images of the 4-year-old boy walking with the gun in hand led to an investigation by the Beech Grove Police, a department that appears on the show On Patrol Live, which airs on Reels. Now, listen to this next part. Footage from a neighbor's Ring doorbell appeared to show the boy, clad only in a pull-up. He's 4 years old and still wearing pull-ups. Parents of the year here.
How does a 4-year-old, a child, get access to a gun? I'm worried about my little daughter. She's 4. I'm worried about her finding scissors and running around with them. Here's a 4-year-old boy running around with a gun. How does he get access to a gun? This is crazy. Now, well, I'm gonna let the story go on.
Playing with the weapon and even pulling the trigger at one point that was shown on the docuseries on Saturday, according to WTHR. A neighbor reportedly called police, which led officers to Shane Osborne's home, where he was asked about the gun-toting tot. Osborne, 45, told cops he was sick and asleep when his son left the home, but that he didn't have a gun in the apartment due to previous felonies, the news station reported. Well, glad to see that he is trying to be an upstanding citizen, even with some of his challenges in front of him here. They go on to say, quote, "I don't have a gun," the man said, as police entered his apartment, according to a release from the show, CNN reported. Quote, "I have never brought a gun into the house. If there is, it's my cousin's."
Now, you guys know If this was a black family, they would have went in shooting. They wouldn't have asked no questions. You wouldn't be able to explain how your 4-year-old child has a gun. This is crazy. All wrong from the start.
I have never brought a gun into the house. If it is, it's my cousin's.
Unbelievable.
Now, if I may, I'd like to take a brief moment here to introduce you to Shane.
Look at this guy.
Say hello to Shane. Those look like the eyes of a loving, doting father.
He looks deranged, right? Does he look like... yeah, okay. I'm not going to say anything. We're not going to judge a book by its cover, you know?
I ever saw them. Those are the eyes of a loving, caring, doting, sensitive father if I ever saw them. Don't you want your kids to stay over at Shane's house?
Yeah, right.
Is that not the face of a model citizen? Looks like it to me. Case closed. He says he doesn't have a gun. Can't you see? Oh, honest Shane?
Unbelievable.
Case closed, as far as I'm concerned. All right, pack up in the police car and leave, which is apparently what happened. Because apparently that's what happened. Go on to say here that a gun was later found in the back of a roll-top deck with 15 rounds, but none in the chamber, WTHR reported. One officer at the scene said the recovered weapon was a Smith & Wesson SD 9mm, CNN reported. Footage from On Patrol.
Now, you know, if this was a black family, no one would have got arrested. We would have been hearing about a worse situation. There was a 12-year-old boy, black boy, that had a toy gun, and he was gunned down. But this little boy, 4 years old, is running around with a real gun, and basically nothing happens. We gotta hear the rest of the story here. This is crazy. Is there white privilege? Does it exist? You know, do some get away with things that black people can't get away with?
Troll Live showed the father taken from the apartment in handcuffs, according to Fox 59. Quote, "It's almost incomprehensible what you're watching," Beech Grove Deputy Police Chief Robert Mercury said, according to WTHR. Quote, "I saw it the next day, and even though I knew the outcome as I'm watching the video, I was still scared. You find yourself catching your breath. I don't know how you can't watch that video, parent or non-parent, and not be shocked and disturbed." The neighbor who called police said the small child, quote, quoting now, "The small child, quote, just kept going pow, 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 pow. 4 years old and already knows how to make the gap bust."
He already know how to shoot a gun.
At 4.
Unbelievable.
I got a feeling that some of Honest Shane's impeccable child rearing has in large measure something to do with this. So, but yeah, the kid already knows how to make the gap bust. Already knows. The father is facing a neglect charge, but could face more charges because he is a felon, police said.
Unbelievable.
The child is now...
You hear that? He's a felon. His child, 4-year-old child, has a gun. He may face other charges. Now, you know, if this was a black family, first of all, it would have ended wrong. If you had felonies, they would throw you under the jail for this. You would never see your kids again. Our kids get taken for less than this, get thrown in foster care, all that. This is crazy. 4-year-old child, think about it. A 4-year-old child standing in front of a neighbor's door, making pow, pow, pow sounds with a real gun. Now imagine walking out and you see a 4-year-old pointing that gun at you as you're walking out of your house. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now with his mother.
This is crazy.
Why does that not reassure me? who told WTHR it was scary seeing her son with a gun, but insisted Osborne is a good father.
He's a good father, huh? This is crazy.
The mother insisted that Osborne, pictured here, is a good father.
This is crazy. We get labeled as bad fathers for less than this as black men. Some may have had children out of wedlock and you're unable to see your kids all the time. You know, you don't get along with the mother. They call you a deadbeat father. This guy is a felon. His 4-year-old child gets caught with a gun. And the mother still insists that he's a great father. I think there is double standard. Why hasn't this guy been charged with felonies? Hey, well, let's go on in the video. I want to show you something where this child pointed this gun.
He's like, don't worry, perfectly good father here. Alrighty then. As I said, case closed. Beech Grove Mayor Dennis Buckley said he appreciated how quickly cops worked to secure the kid and the gun. Quote, as with all of you, I'm mortified at what took place, and I'm so thankful that no one was hurt, especially the young child, he said. I mean, okay. Okay. Makes perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me. Then you take a look at the video itself. I mean, this kid looks like a natural.
Look at this.
I mean, he knows exactly what, I mean, first of all, what the hell is he, a 4-year-old in a diaper? Who are these people? A 4-year-old in a diaper, who are these people? He got the gun pointing at these folks' door.
That's crazy.
Think about that for a moment. Imagine if that's your apartment that little Billy the Kid is sitting in front of. He's got the gun pointed at their door.
Exactly.
At their door.
Making pow sounds.
Think about that for a few moments. The strap is pointed straight at their door. Absolutely. Oh, what's wrong here?
Nothing.
Then watch this next part here. Take a look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that?
Look where this gun is pointing. The gun is pointing right at his head. That's crazy. This is crazy. This would not happen with a black family.
Do you see, and by the way, you see his finger is on the trigger, right?
Unbelievable.
You see his finger is on the trigger, right?
Unbelievable.
His finger's on the trigger.
And remember, his father didn't get charged with a felony for this. Does white privilege exist? Are we making it up? We heard of other stories, you know, black man reach for a wallet and he gets shot. We get pulled over and people get shot. Does white privilege exist? I'll let you guys answer that question. Just be safe out there. I'd just like to thank you for taking the time, coming in, having a cup of coffee with your Uncle J.E. Just continue to pray for me that I may decrease, that Jesus Christ may increase, that he'll be lifted up in my life, that he'll draw all men unto him. Always remember, head always up. That like button. My mother said when you go in people's house, you're supposed to say hello. Make sure you hit that like button. And go check out my podcast on all platforms. Coffee with Uncle J.E. Download my free ebook, The Path. And make sure you go check out that Christian Motivation Apparel at jeonline.store, jeonline.store. Use the code TAKE10. You get 10% discount on anything you purchase there. Always remember, head always up. jeonline.store. We find the best in Christian motivation apparel.